I'm Cody Hufstedler, host of the Dying to Tell You podcast and palliative care chaplain, here to talk a little bit more about cultivating longevity as a healthcare worker. We all know that in Cody's model for cultivating longevity as a healthcare worker, the primary work of the healthcare worker is developing personal awareness. The first step in developing personal awareness is to know yourself. We already talked about the importance of knowing your values so that you can pivot back to them at any time. Now we're going to talk about some of the less pleasant, perhaps embarrassing things that we need to be aware of. The first one, bias. We all have biases. This is not a problem. For instance, I am biased against people that appear to be entitled. You know, the people that show up, look down their noses at everybody, and expect everyone to cater to their every desire. The people that somehow, for some reason or another, seem to believe that they deserve special treatment. Yeah, I don't like that. Hey, but that's okay. I'm allowed to have that bias. The bias on its own is not a problem. If, however, I'm working at the hospital and I encounter somebody that I perceive to be entitled, and then I start treating them like shit, well, that's going to be a problem. Do you know the difference between bias that's a problem and bias that's not a problem? Awareness. If I know that I have a bias against entitled people, when I come upon that entitled person, I can be on the lookout for it. I can work with it. As I work with them, I can ask myself with every decision, is this the right thing to do, or am I letting my bias dictate my decision? And as long as I'm aware and honest with myself, the bias doesn't have to dictate my actions. I have lots of biases. They change over the years. A lot of them make no sense, and a lot of them are too embarrassing to tell to strangers. But I'm always trying to become more aware of my biases so that they don't affect the way that I work. So what are your biases? Can you be honest enough with yourself to explore them? Anyone brave enough to leave a comment? So that's the first of many ways to know yourself. Know your biases. Biases? And remember, awareness is a superpower.